Wow, it's done. There but for a leaf on the wind goes Legend of Korra Season 3, and what's the word I'm looking for this finale? Oh yeah, intense! First things first, Tenzin is not dead. Everybody chill. Hey, you know how some people gave Zahir a lot of slack because at least he was an honorable, well-meaning villain? Yeah, that's gone. Any speculation that he might have wanted to work with the Avatar to heal the world? Nope. Just gonna kill her and let the world go to hell. I do sympathize with their desire for freedom and not wanting to go back to prison, but anything morally redeemable about these guys has just dissolved. I mean, why didn't you let the Airbenders go? Did you need them for something? And you reveal that there are more Lotus members and you just keep them as faceless guards and hand servants? No dramatic reveals? Wasted!
And don't bother trying to metal bend out of these. They're platinum.
Oh crap, writers. Making her metal bend means they can't contain her. Make something up. Okay, I honestly don't know anything about the composition of platinum aside that it's like really pure, and I guess that's good enough. I mean, I guess wood would have just seemed lame, but I bet Gazan would disagree. The important part of this is, holy crap, look at Korra kick ass while being chained up. Korra haters, shut up.
Say hello to the Earth Queen for me.
Why? Did you kill her? Because we're still a little unclear about that. So creative, this team, in finding ways to convey death without actually saying the word. That Sokka clip is gonna get some overtime. I mean, that was an awesome way to take down Pali, but you couldn't even show the explosion in the distance? That would have actually been a pretty graphic way for her to die, even non-visually.
You killed my father!
Oh, but it's okay to say the word when the person didn't actually die. Okay, that makes sense. And yes, I was wrong about Sue. Heck, this isn't the first time I've misread an eye twitch. Man, Tarlok, I was so positive you were consciously aware Amon was your brother, and that's why you were being such an extremist toolbag, because you knew how dangerous he was. That would have made sense, but no, your power-seeking politicians have to be 100% evil, like anyone wanting to change the current social order that isn't your protagonist. However, I was and am still suspicious of that guard I had my eyes on earlier, who now, by the way, has a name despite doing something that really could still have been done by any unnamed guard. Could this possibly have a role to play in Season 4? I'm not saying evil, I'm saying playing a role. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
When there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start.
So, he can fly now. And by that I mean now that his girlfriend is dead, now he has no more earthly attachments so that he can fly. Wow, that's like the opposite of pixie dust. Probably should have seen that coming since those two haven't had any sort of personal scene together since episode 4. Also slightly woman in refrigerator-ish. Watch it, Nick. And then yeah, the fact that he can fly? Yeah, sure, that's neat, but in the end, technically, so can Korra. Not sure what advantage that gives you, but it did allow for that pretty cool air battle, which is familiar, now that I think about it. Of course, he wasn't the only one to get an inexplicable new skill. Having someone finally be able to use that skill they've been practicing all season at the most convenient moment? Nope, pulling a completely different skill out of nowhere and instantly being able to control it is way more practical. Okay, I'm nitpicking the convenient angle, but I actually really like that they twisted our expectations on this. And hey, that happened. Sometimes your talent is just in something that you haven't tried yet. Bolin, you actually had a ton of awesome moments in this episode as long as you weren't actually talking. You just couldn't help yourself, could you?
This poison, your body will naturally react, forcing you into the Avatar state in an effort to keep you alive. When we dispatch you in the Avatar state, the cycle will end.
Yes! This plan is brilliant! Except for the fact that, oh right, in the Avatar state, she's gonna be really powerful. Wow, this time we didn't even need a Deus Ex bailout. No, the bad guys were just idiots! Well, I guess technically it did work gradually. I guess if killing the Avatar was easy, everyone would do it. Oh, right. You know, every villain so far has technically succeeded. Also, didn't we do this? Isn't Rava just gonna be born inside Vatu and then can just bond with anyone, it'll just take 10,000 years, or a minute if you're season 2. I don't know, that was really confusing. Yeah, I don't think I haven't noticed my video style suddenly shifted into CinemaSins. Am I the only one who thought that he was gonna use her to open a portal? Because they placed her right in front of that decorative seal, and oh, that had nothing to do with it? Then why did she need to be here? Maybe it's just that Gravity Falls popped into my head for a minute. Mako! What a brilliant idea! Why didn't you do it ages ago? And then the giant tornado. Well, I guess there is some poetic justice in being defeated by the very thing he believed was a sign of his righteous path. But is anyone else a little underwhelmed on how easy that was?
The poison is metallic.
How did you know that? No, seriously, how did you know that?
Please hang on.
You're not fooling anyone. You still have one more season. We know everything is gonna be, oh, this is different. Seriously, Legend of Korra, I salute you. I did not see that coming.
I'd like to officially welcome you back to Republic City.
Did anyone else instantaneously shout "F*** you" when this guy came on screen? Hey, it's the Millennial Otaku guy! I knew he was gonna come back! And now for our specialized tributes. This one is called This Would Have Killed You. Splat. Boiled alive. Splat again. And the baby bison cannot breathe. Could have used that last episode a lot. This one is called Crystal and Lava because they're shiny. Ooh, pretty. Ooh, ah. Can I get this on a poster? This one is called Aww. Aww.
You've shown me what true freedom means.
Aww. Aww.
I love you.
Aww.
Please!
Aww.
It's me, Dad.
Aww. 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 And this tribute is called Things That Happen That Don't Happen Anywhere Else, but people in the comments will no doubt tell me where they've seen these things happen somewhere else. A romantic couple where the girl is significantly taller than the guy, specifically a kissing scenes that holds on to that image. I mean, even Wreck-It Ralph and Lovely Complex found a way around that. Everyone's gonna point out the first series. Barely. Showing a girl that's unashamedly completely bald. Parents saving their own children in teen self-empowerment, self-projection fantasy stories? Heck, just fighting side by side with your parents? That never happens! And then, of course, ending by showing our action protagonist possibly crippled. I mean, showing long-term damage after a destructive experience? What next? Admitting that fighting might actually potentially cause somebody to bleed? I think only How to Train Your Dragon has showcased this many handicapped characters in young entertainment. Like I said, the word to use is intense, both in the sheer amount of peril that our characters were in, the very destructive action, and the punch to the gut we got in those scant, intimate moments, mostly due to the peril. In fact, it was kind of like the series as a whole. Very action-heavy, intriguing story turns, intimidating villains, nice, isolated character moments that came a little few and far between, but still a lot of various character involvement and development. Korra herself was spectacular, vastly more mature and responsible, but also significantly vulnerable. However, if anything, it might have suffered from missed opportunities, particularly on the part of the Red Lotus. Remember how excited and intrigued we were by them at the start of the season? It didn't feel like that paid off that well. Oh, they were formidable threats with interesting skills, definitely. So as a season-long conflict, they played that part well. But the reason our classic villains are so beloved is because of how well we got to know them. And that really didn't happen here. Yeah, we had sparing glimpses of them being more three-dimensional, but come on, Amon got a backstory. No context on why freedom is so important to them? Nope, just every scene talking about kidnapping the Avatar. And then they just went. Pretty instantaneously. I mean, not even a cute scene between Minghua and Gazan? I am so disappointed! And seriously, the buildup of the revolution and the threat of the Red Lotus could have continued into Season 4, but chances are Season 4 wasn't renewed in time for them to really expand the story to that extent, I guess. And then Zahir himself isn't as loathsomely hypocritical as our prior villains, because at least he was more or less upfront about what he wanted. It's just that what he wanted was absolutely terrible. A dislike of corporate control? Constantly quoting ancient philosophers? Zahir, did you just teleport here from Psycho-Pass? Plus, no Toph, no Zuko and Iroh moment? If this doesn't happen in Season 4, I'm gonna have a problem. And while we're at it, and I'm asking you guys too, why exactly was this book called Change? At first you think it's because we're gonna see the progression of the world altering itself so spirits and humans can live together, but it obviously wasn't that. It was yet another terrorist forcefully trying to change the world into the shape of his personal philosophy, and everyone had to stop him to keep the status quo. You know, the opposite of change. Yes, we do establish that change is occurring, but we haven't really seen how. I mean, maybe next season will be about the process of restoring peace to the Earth Kingdom, but considering this season's handling of the spirits, I doubt it. The Airbenders will probably do it off screen or something. And that sounds really negative. And maybe the point was that the theme was supposed to be more subtle than that. I mean, there were really big character changes in Lin, Suyin, Bolin, Tenzin, someone who didn't have it in their name, Kai. And the people who gained airbending certainly had to deal with change, even if the season wasn't really about them either. And I do remember Tenzin's great speech about change, about whether it can be good or bad, depending on the person. Like how Zahir's idea of change would have been good for him, and probably no one else. The important thing is that I had fun. It was really exciting. But I also feel like you kind of need some time to pass to properly reflect how you feel about a season. Often directly afterward, you're either so hyped by the excitement of the finale or really disappointed just that it's over. But I can say I don't feel the same vacuum of a lack of fulfillment and overwhelming incredulity that I felt at the end of Season 2. In fact, this was probably the only Korra season to end sensibly. That definitely gets it a certain amount of credit. But I'm also content with just 4 seasons of Legend of Korra. I mean, is Korra gonna stay handicapped? How are they gonna end the series as a whole? Is Nickelodeon going to learn anything from any of this? So Animaniacs, thank you so much for watching my coverage of Legend of Korra Season 3. And please comment and share your thoughts on the season and the finale. This has been a lot of fun, but I'm probably not going to do any more season-long every episode reviews. My plan now is to do some general series reviews, and hopefully getting back to some individual animated film reviews so I don't have to cram everything in at the end of the year. But I really enjoy making videos for you guys, so please keep sending me recommendations, and if you want me to make more videos faster, click on the donation link in the description. Comment, like, subscribe, etc., and you stay incredibly shiny, Animaniacs!